Hello everyone and welcome to the next session of Core Java. In this session, we will discuss about serialization and deserialization of the object and the transient keyword. Let's begin the discussion with understanding of a concept that is serialization. So what is serialization? Serialization is the process of converting the state of an object into a byte stream. Why I need to do this? Many times, as already we have seen, why do we need to store primitives? In the similar way, it may happen that I have data available in the form of objects. And now, those objects need to be persisted in the file or on the disk, and maybe I need to send it over a network. So, in anyhow or in any way, I need to persist the state of an object. So, this particular process is termed as a serialization. Here we are going to see that how can we persist this particular object in a file. And to perform this operation, we will make use of a class which is object output stream, which is available in java.io package. Now, how to make a Java class serializable? Any object which you want to store or which you need to persist must implement an interface which is serializable interface. This serializable interface is the marker interface which does not contain any method. However, it just specifies or it just tells JVM that this particular object, which object we are going to store into the file, say for example here for our application. So that is implementing serializable. That means that object is of type serializable, so it can be serialized. Now let's understand this particular process through code. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare one variable, create a variable which is a string. String is an object. Now whenever we have stored this string by using file output stream, we had to convert it into bytes. Now here we are not going to perform that particular operation. Sorry, this is object output stream. Stream equal to new object output stream, and it accepts object of type output stream. Obviously, I want to write this particular object into the file. So I will specify, say, object. Now what is remaining or what I have not done properly is stream equal to. This throws an exception, so we will handle it. Then stream dot write object. There is directly a method object, write object, and I will pass string, whichever string variable I have created. As anyways it is not going to display anything, so string written in file. So now whenever I am executing it, string written is in file is what is displayed on the console. I will refresh the project and object IO, and this particular string is stored. Now this object is internally converted into bytes, and those bytes are written into the file. Now, how we will read this particular data? So we will make use of object input stream class. So let's add main method. Then object input stream equal to null. This object input stream also accepts object of type input stream. So we will specify the same file, which is object IO, because I have written that object in this particular file and I want to read it from that same file. I'm adding multi-catch directly. So string s equal to stream dot read object. So this is the read object method. Now this read object method returns object of object type. So we need to convert it into a string by using typecast operator. This throws class not found exception, because maybe the class in which you want to you are trying to convert that particular object is not available, it does not exist, or it is not compatible, anything. So that needs to be taken care of over here. Then finally block will be there where you will be checking for the non-null condition. So let's add that particular code. So whenever I'm executing this particular code, oh, why it is not printing? Because I have not printed what is received. That's why it is not printing anything. So welcome to Java is now printed. Now if you will look at the contents of file, these are the contents of file. Some byte data is available here, and this is simple string. Right? Now suppose I have my own object. So say for example, I have a class which is user. User is already, say customer. And I want to store customer data into the file. So what I need to do is this customer must implement serializable interface. Now why it was not required in case of string? Because string already implements serializable interface. However, whenever we need to create our own classes and need to store those classes into the file, this serializable implementation is a must. This is a marker interface. This interface does not contain any method. So this class really does not need to implement or define any method, because that is the contract between a class and an interface. As when a class is implementing any interface, it must implement all the methods. But there are no such methods. It is just marking that object for serialization. So it is termed as serializable interface. Now, rest of the logic is same. So you can practice for that. So declare certain variables in customer, like customer ID, customer name, then customer address, and create one object of customer and store it into a file using object output stream, and You can read it back using object input stream. I guess you can try this out on your own. Next is the concept of deserialization, which we have actually already implemented. The reverse process of creating an object from the byte stream is nothing but deserialization, which we have done using object input stream. The byte stream which is created is platform independent. So the object serialized on one platform can be deserialized on another platform. There is no platform dependency. An object input stream class is used to perform deserialization. Then there is a keyword or modifier named as transient. It is applicable for the variables, but it is not used with the methods and classes. So a variable can be declared as a transient variable. At the time of serialization, if we don't want to serialize the value of a specific variable because of certain constraints, then that variable can be declared as a transient variable. Means what? Whenever I'm creating a class, I'm specifying instance data members. These instance data members represent the state of an object. So out of certain variables, suppose one or two variables I don't want to persist. They are instance data members, however, they are not persist. They will not be preserved as a part of state of that particular object. So such variables can be declared as transient. So what happens? While performing serialization, the JVM ignores the original value of the transient variable and save default value to the file. Hence, transient means not to serialize. That value will not be persisted. In the similar way, static variables of a particular class are never serialized. Why this is so? Because static is not part of state of an object, and serialization is nothing but persisting state of the object. So transient and static will never be persisted for a particular object. So this is about serialization and deserialization and transient keyword in Java. Thank you.